hand it off to Michael to share a little bit about how he's used this and lead us into a role play.
Perfect. Thank you, Lori. So this example will show how you can use your DMA on your Zoom calls. Zoom is obviously very relevant right now. So the idea is to help create a better dialogue, get the customer or the prospect thinking out loud, get a better understanding of their day-to-day operations. It's a great way to keep the conversation on track as well. I'm sure it's happened to you guys 100 times where customer runs on a tangent. Before you know it, they're out of time and you didn't get to go through what you wanted. So, a better way to, uncover pain, some opportunities, get some new points of contact within the organization as well. Ask for some warm introductions. And like Lori mentioned, a follow-up appointment with your correct support, whether it's the ITSC solutions team. So Bobby, if you can play that video example for us. Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. So how has your company handled transitioning to a more digital environment?
I think we've done well. We recently moved our platforms over to SharePoint and OneDrive, so our employees have an easier way to access all of their files within working in a hybrid environment.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so have you seen efficiency increase from this?
Yes, but with that also comes more headaches.
Of course. Okay, so what areas would you guys like to see improve and why?
One area that, affects me particularly is our AP and AR processes. I do think that in time we will need a better solution in place, but we're just not quite there yet.
Okay, that's fair. So what we've been doing is we've been helping organizations structure their digital transformation and complementing their efforts through tailored solutions. We start the process with a quick digital maturity assessment just to get a better understanding of your current operation. Once we complete that, we'll focus our efforts on areas that we can complement to bring you to an ideal state. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome. So let me, I'll bring up the digital maturity assessment test here real quick. It's just maybe 15 or 20 questions. And I'll kind of walk you through it too here. So question 1 deals with connectivity and mobility. Do your offices in multiple locations have seamless access to corporate information, operating systems, and applications?
Yes, for the most part.
Yes? Okay. Are your third-party applications and solutions integrated into your business to allow remote and on-the-go access?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Are you set up to allow your employees to work from any location using their cell phones, laptops, or other mobile devices?
Yes, we are.
Yes, okay. Are you utilizing the cloud for anywhere access to data and applications, making it easier to connect and collaborate?
We are now.
You are now? Perfect. And then
yeah.
is your phone and collaboration system flexible enough to support staff and partner working remotely?
That I'm not sure.
Not sure? Okay. No wrong answers here. All right. And then this next part here will be dealing with security. So we'll go to question 1 here. So do you have up-to-date endpoint protection, antivirus software installed on all machines, servers, computers, etc.?
I'm sure we do. However, I'm definitely not the expert in that area. I would then have to point you over to Bob, who is our director of IT.
Bob, okay, perfect. So we'll put not sure for that one, and we'll see if maybe somewhere down the road, if we can maybe schedule some time with Bob and our ITSC Blake, maybe just to have a further discussion, just to kind of see where you guys are at right now. And like I said, if we can get you maybe to a more ideal state and help with your security, we can maybe do that in the near future. Do you have a recovery
Sure.
plan in place that will allow you to return to business quickly after a major cybersecurity incident? Can you recover any lost or encrypted data after a successful ransomware attack?
I sure hope so. But again, I would refer you over to Bob and the rest of his team. I know Tim is on the infrastructure side as well. So those two would probably be the best to engage in a conversation like that.
Okay. So we'll put not sure for that one. And that, and again, if we're not sure, or we don't know for some of these questions, that's okay. We can always maybe ask some of these questions to Bob and Tim But again, it never hurts to kind of have an open conversation, open dialogue here. So does your company,
Yeah, absolutely.
Does your company technology meet all requirements stipulated by modern security, privacy, and compliance legislation?
I'm sure there's one we are not compliant with. So at this point, I'll say no.
Okay.
We always have to keep up to date on that stuff, and you can always have one slip by.
Of course. All right, question 4. Do you have a device on the network that can identify cyber attacks and stop them?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Do you currently have a security awareness training and phishing testing program in place?
Our internal staff handles that. To what extent? It depends on the answer, but I will say yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, and then this last part here deals with business resilience. So we'll go to question 1 here. Could your organization cope easily with the resignation of an IT staff member without any impact on productivity or security? So let's say if, Bob or Tim were to leave next week, or maybe give like a 2-week notice, how would that impact you guys?
Answer is no.
No? Okay. Is there a disaster recovery and incident response plan in place in case of your systems and data are compromised?
Yes.
Yes. Have you tested your DR plan?
I hope so. But yes.
All right. Well, we'll put not sure, and like I said, we can maybe ask Bob or Tim if they have a yes
Absolutely.
or no for that answer. Do you have complete offsite backups of all data on your servers and computers?
Yeah.
Yes. And are you effectively managing today's constant operating system patching and application updates?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So a couple of things to take away from this example is, even though the questions are yes or no answers, we're able to get some great information from the customer, like the fact that they're using SharePoint, OneDrive, and address concern with their AP, AR processes, as well as, the correct contacts that handle their IT, and permission to meet with them for a follow-up appointment. So the last piece I'll share here is it's basically the last slide that pops up where you type in your customer's information. So there's a section to enter their business email. I would suggest putting your email in this box. The way the test results are sent to you, and you can use them as a reference and share them with your support staff or your follow-up appointment. You can always, send it later on to your customer as well. Use it as leverage for that follow-up appointment too. So I would suggest running through this test a couple of times just to get, familiar with it and make it your own. So I think it's a great tool. I think there's a lot that we can uncover, new opportunities, and really showcase our portfolio. So that's all I had. I believe Elisa is up next. So Elisa, take it away.
That was amazing. I don't know about you, but I'm totally impressed with how this video worked. It was great.